Good morning. And what a beautiful morning, beautiful day it is. And I just literally have chill bumps all over me right now. For the last 10 minutes, there's been a good bit going on through the day. It's probably about 10 o'clock, but I was sitting here when I saw the first two martins come in. Now, was I accurate in saying the very first two? I know it came with two. I'd been moving around a little bit, but I was actually sitting here when the first two came in, and it was just, I thought, wow. I was on the phone with Wesley and I was telling him all about it, and I just felt this, literally felt like the Holy Spirit was all over me as a confirmation. And it was just like waves of maybe pairs. There was a few martins, maybe sparrows or something, that had come in, and they may have done a little bit. But anyway, for about 2 months, I think I got these houses up at the end of February, so about a month ago, and they've been totally empty. But was sitting here when they first started coming in, and it's kind of quiet right now. I see one sitting there. It's my understanding that's probably the female. The male is a very bright-headed bird. This one appears to be kind of dull. There's roughly 4 houses on each side. 4 and 4 is 8. It's 16 houses. If I can find it back over here now. I may not be able to find it. Okay. That's a little crooked. Should have done a better job on that, but I don't think a bird will matter, or matter to a bird. As I was on the phone, they were just all flying around when Wesley was here, and it's like, you really got to know the martins, which I don't know, but they are, they come back to the same place, and now that appears to be the male there. Colonist, I think it's called colonist. They come back to the same place. And there's so much in this, there's so much going on in my mind right now with what me and Wesley have been talking about. But in Genesis 49:10, which follows Genesis 49:8, where Jacob is about to die, and he blesses his sons. But what many people don't realize, he blesses Ephraim over Manasseh first, which he blesses the younger of the younger. Somebody's got a call. I got to check his phone call.